Sugar?
The fire!
Mum?
They might fall, either of them, into the fire.
Mum?
The little ones. Or fall downstairs. They do that, you know. Show a little on a flight of stairs and they is drawn to it. Oh, I can't bear it.
Well, Mum, forgive me, but isn't Kit looking after them?
Oh, he is seeing to it. He said he would.
Then I have no doubt that being a boy of his word, he will, Mum. Don't fret.
I shall try. Not to, that is.
Splendid.
We left Kit's mother and the mysterious single gentleman as they set off on their mission to find Nell and her grandfather. Mrs. Nubbins, like any mother torn from her little ones, is consumed by fears.
Oh, my Lord!
What now?
Jacob! He'll take it into his head to climb up the house.
Climb up the house, Mum? Why?
Because it's there, sir. You don't know kids like I know kids.
Thankfully, I do not. Are you comfortable?
Oh, it's a little chilly.
Oh, I thought as much. She wants some brandy and water. Of course she does. How could I forget that? Driver! Next inn we come to, stop! We'll have a brandy and water, Mum.
No, I'm sure I don't need any such thing. It will only inflame the worry.
Nonsense. Now, drink up, Mum, while it's still good and hot. And cheers to you, Missy Nubbins.
Oh, it do go down rather well.
Oh, don't it? Now, back aboard. No time to lose. Feeling better now, Mum?
I only wish I could see him asleep. As long as they is asleep and not staying up beyond a decent time.
Oh, I'm certain they'll be fast asleep.
You think so, sir?
Oh, fast asleep. Deep, deeply asleep. As only a child or a very tired lady can be asleep. Oh, yes, Mum. Quite, Mum. I do so agree. Driver, whip 'em up, for God's sake. There's no time to be lost.
Oh, are we there?
You, sir? Yes, sir. Can you direct me to the waxwork? I hear there's a waxwork.
Go left, through the town gate. Can't miss it.
There! Driver, pull over now!
God bless us all. The man will kill us yet. And then what would become of my
More to
puppies?
the point, what the devil goes on here? What goes on, I say? What on earth?
Oh, looks like a wedding to me, sir.
I do believe you're right, Mum. And if I'm not mistaken, gent with a bow in his buttonhole and a lady on his arm. Excuse me there.
Do you address me, sir?
I do, madam. Who is to be married?
I have been married.
To this gentleman?
Yes. If it is any of your business, which I cannot see that it is.
And you are Mrs.
Well, I have decided to keep Charlie for the purpose of business, a celebrated name is not to be cast away in a moment of matrimonial carelessness.
You have the waxwork.
I do.
And where is the old man? Where is the girl? You call her Nell?
Oh, yes, where is she? Bring her out so we can see the little sprite.
Aye, bring her out. I only wish I could, my dear.
You can't.
Can you?
Oh, enough of this. They were here. Where are they now?
If you came to do 'em some good, then why weren't you here 2 days ago?
An accident? Are they...
Oh, go on and...
Oh, not as bad as that.
Oh, thank God. But we interrupt. Please, it's only the urgency of our mission that makes us forget our manners.
Such a gentleman. We forgive you, don't we, George? Come, take tea in my caravan. I can assure you, my dear, it is quite respectable.
I'm sure it is, ma'am.
Come.
You see in me, my good people, one to whom life itself is no dearer than the two people I seek. They would not know me. I would be a stranger to them. But believe me, if perhaps you are hiding them because you fear some ill for them, I will stand back and let this good lady here speak first. They know her, they trust her.
Bless me, they do.
I always said she was not a common child, that Nell. Oh, there was something... Tea, my dear, or something stronger.
Bless you, tea.
But I fear I cannot help you, much as I would. Well, let me take you in mind.
Well, to cut a long speech short, Mrs. Jarley tells them what she knows of Nell and her grandfather.
If only we had been a little sooner.
And once all is told, and it is told soon enough, the gentleman makes his appreciation known to the married couple.
My apologies for interrupting a happy occasion with a sad quest. I hope you and your guests will have a drink on me.
We shall, sir. And wish you luck in your search. Though, to tell the truth, they seem to have vanished from the face of the earth.
Where shall we go now?
Oh, we can go to the devil, it seems. But perhaps we'd do better to find an inn. I bid you good day.
Oh, good day.
Good day.
Good day, sir. Good day, madam.
Any rooms will do. Let them be near at hand, that's all. Oh, come, Mrs. Nubbins. Let me take you back.
Would the gentleman like this room? Or the lady quite welcome to it, as welcome as flowers in May or coals at Christmas?
What are you doing here?
Would you like this room, sir? Honour me by walking in, do me the favour, pray.
Only think of it. Him here.
Would you do me the honour?
I prefer being alone.
Only yesterday, you was at the chapel a-listening.
So I was, Mrs. Nubbins. Indeed, I was.
Then perhaps, sir, you would join me in the lounge. We might exchange a word or two.
Your servant, sir. I hope I find you well. You are well. And you, dear lady, the estimable Kit's ma, has the change of scene, the cleaner air improved you? And the family, little Jacob and the babby, do they thrive? Do they flourish? Are they growing into worthy citizens?
Since you seed me not a month ago, you can judge for yourself, I dare say, sir.
I dare say a great many things, dear lady. I do. I do.
Mr. Quilp?
I attend you, sir. Come, Mrs. Nubbins. Shall we, sit? A delight to renew our acquaintance. Honour and pleasure, sir.
I met Mr. Quilp before.
Before?
Soon after I arrived in London, I went to the curiosity shop and found it empty and for sale. I inquired at the lawyer's as to who was the vendor.
What an earnest and vigorous measure.
I found Mr. Quilp in possession. He kindly recommended lodging. I also found he was the new proprietor of the shop.
We had warrant, my good sir, for all that was done, oh yes. I supported that man up to and well beyond any measure of financial common sense.
But he was gone.
Yes, he was gone. The only question's, gone why? Gone where?
And you knew nothing.
Of where they went, nothing.
And told me less.
I was not aware that you had any warrant, sir.
None except for the warrant of care.
And so do we all. Why, Miss Nellie and myself, such a lovely girl. Such a prize for any man.
Is this why you dog my footsteps now?
Dogged?
To find the child for some ends of your own? How are you here? Why are you here? Weren't you in London just yesterday?
Weren't you? And you, Mrs. Nubbins, saying your prayers?
I was, at Bethel Chapel, saying my prayers. Though what you was doing there...
What? Saying my prayers too? Always a good thing before travelling, a prayer. Wheels come off, horses take fright. Or I always go to chapel on such occasions.
But why are you here? Do you know what my mission is? Have you some knowledge of those I seek?
I'm not a conjurer. If I were, I'd tell me own fortune and make it.
Most folk reckons you've enough of it as it is, Mr. Quilp.
Most folks are fools, Mrs. Nubbins.
But why are you here?
Because things change, my friend. Circumstances and feeling. Yes, they change, and we, as men of business, must change with them. Constancy may be a virtue in love, but in business, yes, things change. And now, if there is nothing else...
I believe there is not.
Then good day to you. So, things change.
How does Daniel Quilp come to be here? What has driven him, pulled him, dragged, compelled him to follow the footsteps of Nell? Simple enough, and yet...
Can't a man take a trip, eh? If he wishes, can't he light up and blaze away?
Money. Profit?
That's what I'm in the game for. Business.
And yet...
The old man got one over on me. Oh, clever, clever. There's Quilp lending away for some great scheme, and all the time the money goes into other pockets. Ha ha! But I am owed. The shop will not fetch the half of it.
He is owed. And now there is a new man on the scene.
Rich. Is he rich? I was a coachman for. Oh, yes. He's got money, and if the new man cares so much about the old man, why, surely he'll pay what is owed.
And the key to this particular lock?
Kit Nubbins, the boy who gets in everywhere.
Which is why he's been watching Kit. And the best way to watch Kit is to watch Kit's mother.
Well, I can't sit around. Time to go, and time is money too. Mustn't miss the coach.
And satisfied in his own mind that all is in order, Daniel Quilp hurries off to the coach stand, where he finds...
Mrs. Nubbins, are we to travel together? What a pleasure.
The lady is going back. I'm staying on a day or so to make further inquiries.
How very wise. I do hope you'll let me know if any word is heard.
All aboard now. London coach is leaving. God willing. All aboard.
I have no doubt you will hear, sir, in one way or another. Now, Mrs. Nubbins, you have your case, bottle, and your food and your expenses.
Sir, I have more than enough. You've been too kind.
I'm in your debt, ma'am. Godspeed.
Yeah, got it.
Goodbye to you, sir. We shall meet again.
I have no doubt of it, sir.
As the coach bumps and rattles its way back toward London, Mr. Quilp amuses himself by making faces at the other passengers, particularly Mrs. Nubbins.
Comfortable, ma'am?
Quite, thank you.
Nothing I can do for you?
Nothing at all, thank you.
But all the time, Daniel Quilp is thinking of...
Nell.
For somewhere, deep in his heart, and he does have a heart, Quilp feels a sharp pain. The pain of something lost, something that was once young and full of hope.
Nellie.
Something that in his own dark world he can still glimpse in the still, quiet face of
Eleanor.
Something that makes the regret burn like acid. Something that Quilp will do anything to wipe from the face of the earth, so he feels it no more. There is a narrowboat creeping along a sluggish canal. On this tiny floating world, travellers drinking the night away. Men travelling towards work. Hard work, no doubt, for they enjoy themselves in a very hard-drinking manner before arrival.
Here, love, you give us a song. Yeah. Go on, sweetheart. Something
And
sad.
Nell and her grandfather going... Well, where isn't as important as the fact that they are going away from temptation.
Sing for me, Lily.
Yeah, go on.
When will the blow the soft rain down come rain?
Nell, what is this place? Where are we?
A city of factories where the smoke seems to hang just above the housetops, where every surface seems grey and sooty.
Grandfather, we must go.
This is a terrible place, Nell. Look at their faces.
They're just people, Grandfather, that's all.
No, look at them. I think they're lost.
Come, we must find some shelter.
I'm hungry, Nell. You must be too. Can't we
There's no money left, Grandfather.
Why? Where is it? Where shall we sleep?
We'll have to sleep in the open. Tomorrow, if the weather's better, maybe we can beg something and try and reach someplace away from here.
Why did you bring me here? I don't want to be in this place. Streets everywhere. Streets. Why did you make us leave? Why can you never let things be?
Because of Mr. Punch. Because they would take you away and lock you up.
And is this any better?
You'll see. We will be happy again.
No.
Things will be all right. Honestly, they will. I promise.
The old man stops and looks. And looking at this girl, her hair hanging in rat's tails around her thin face, her torn and dirty dress, soaked, clinging to her shivering body, her shoes split, and her feet bruised and streaked with water and blood.
Is this what I have done? Is this what I have come to? All my care, all my hopes.
We must find shelter soon. There. An alley.
Where?
It looks dry enough.
No.
Come on.
No.
Come on. The wind doesn't blow so... Who's there?
Speak again. What are the boys?
No money. We're strangers. We've no money. No money. We just want somewhere out of the rain. We have to rest.
How did you come here?
We are lost. Unfortunate.
You know, old man, how rich he is. The streets are no place for her.
God help me, I do.
I can give you warmth. Nothing else. I can give you the fire. Come.
Godfather, I don't think...
Come on. Follow me now. Follow.
We must.
Hesitantly at first, they follow the hunched figure down alleys that get narrower, through doors set in high, blank-faced walls, along endless bunkers piled with black coal, through courts where the sun never shines.
Wait.
No.
I cannot keep up.
God help us. She's...
Nell falls. Slowly.
Here. I'll carry her.
What?
She's no weight to me. You shall rest on a bed of warm ashes tonight.
They come at last to a place of tall chimneys and doors big enough for giants.
This is the place. Can you walk now?
Yes, I think so. Thank you. Where are we?
No one will harm you here.
The place is huge. Iron pillars stretch up and up until they are lost in the smoke and steam. The whole vast space echoes to the beating of hammers and the roaring of furnaces, the hissing of red-hot metal plunged into water. Through these bewildering sights and sounds, their guide leads them towards a place where a mighty furnace glows like the very heart of this volcano.
Never goes out, day or night. This one burns. Burns. Now I'll leave you for a while. Be safe here and warm. Get dry. Rest.
And she sleeps and dreams. When she wakes, she doesn't know if it is night or day. She sees their new friends sitting peering into the white-hot light of the furnace.
You're so still. Are you all right?
Yes.
everywhere else here. People are moving, rushing, all that noise.
They leave me by myself. They know how I feel. See, there's my friend.
The fire?
It has been alive as long as I have. We talk and think together all night long.
But it's just a furnace.
Like a book to me. The only book I ever learned to read. It tells me many stories. And it is music too. I know its voices. And pictures. It has strange faces and different scenes in the red-hot coals. It's my memory. And it shows me all my life.
All your life?
It was the same when I was a baby. I used to crawl around it till I fell asleep. My father watched it then.
Did you grow up here then?
Summer and winter. The fire nursed me. The same fire. It has never gone out.
Do you like it? The fire?
Of course. My father died before it. I saw him fall, just there, where those ashes glow. I wondered then, why didn't the fire help him? But perhaps it did and I couldn't see. But you should be resting. You will not be staying. What you were looking for is not in the fire. It is somewhere else. Now sleep. Sleep.
And next morning, Nell and her grandfather set off again.
Come on then, Grandfather. And thank you for everything.
Little enough. Here's some bread and a bottle of water. I hope you find what you're looking for. Now go.
All day they walked, through scenes that shock Nell as nothing has shocked her yet. A loaf is all they eat, but they have little stomach for food. At last they reach the edge of the city, but even here there is no relief. The land itself seems poisoned with heaps of glowing slag that burst into flame and leak a foul, poisonous smoke that wreathes over the ground like an eighth plague.
Cover your face, Nell. Cover your face.
We must.
Hurry, child. We cannot stay here.
Yes. Always on. All the day. All the night.
They walk on and on and on, and all around them wander ghosts of the living and the dead.
You've been on the road a long, long time, child.
A long, long time. Forever.
She's utterly exhausted. You've pushed her too far.
She's so thin. So hungry. I didn't know.
We must get her inside, somewhere warm. Here, you take her bag. I'll carry her.
Can she have food?
The doctor said toast. Dried toast. A chicken wing, some mulled port. That will help. And wrapping her feet. Are you awake? Are you feeling a little better now, Nell?
No.
Nell opens her eyes and sees the face of the schoolmaster.
You? Here? Are you real? Do they still play cricket on the green?
Yes. And yes, I'm quite real, here. Oh, never more glad, my dear.
But how?
No, first, you must drink this. Let me help you.
Yeah.
The landlady is preparing food.
I don't think I could eat anything.
You can, and you will, miss. Remember, I'm the schoolmaster here.
Well, if I have to.
You do.
Oh, but we have no money.
Oh, I've made my fortune since I saw you last. Well, not exactly a fortune.
Oh, this is nice.
Mulled port. Have some more.
Oh, I mustn't.
You must.
Oh, what has happened then?
I have been appointed a clerk and schoolmaster to a village some way from here. at a salary of £35 a year.
£35?
Not only that, moving expenses, stagecoach fare, though I decided to walk it, and a cottage. So, now you see me, a made man. Only one thing is wanting.
Whatever is that?
Why, friends, to share my good fortune.
Grandfather, wake up! We're nearly there. Look. Oh, look.
There's the church, Nell. What a fine building. And next to it...
I was dreaming. Oh.
That's the schoolhouse. What do you think, Nell?
Oh, it's wonderful. It's so schoolhousey.
Well, £35 a year for this. Why, I'd pay them.
Here you be, Squire. I'll let you down here.
Thank you, my friend. Here's what I owe you.
Thank you, Squire. Yeah.
I must let them know I've arrived. I have a letter to present. Will you come to the inn so we can settle you down?
Let us wait here for you. The gate is open. We'll sit in the church porch.
I won't be long.
It is very quiet here.
Grandfather, I think we have found what we were looking for.
And Nell sits with her face to the little cottage and the schoolhouse and the evening sun, and her back to the cool green grass and the mossy stones of the old graveyard.
So quiet. I think we could stay here forever.
Home at last, eh, my dear lady? Home to hearth and family. No doubt your Kit will be waiting for you, eh? What a trustworthy fella, your Kit, eh?
Nell and her grandfather have come to at least a temporary safe haven, so we may go back to London, mid-morning, as Mrs. Nubbins arrives home, coach bruised and weary, but more weary by far of her travelling companion.
Hello, Ma. Over here. Ma, let's be...
Well, hello, Christopher. All right, my lad? Mother's inside.
Ma, what...
That's it, the black trunk. Oh, come on now, my man. You're left like a girl. Move it! Sling it down. That's it, throw it. By about time too, my lord, I can balance it on an hand, so I can. Call yourself a man.
Yeah, you.
Me, boy? Are you referring to me?
You know it.
Well, so I know it, and...
You let my ma alone.
I assure you, kid.
You can assure my ass, mister, that you was picking on her the whole way down. She says it, and I believe it.
What you believe is your business.
She's got enough to worry about without some dwarf like you.
Oh, come now, Kit. None of us can help the way we are made.
We can help what we make of ourselves, and you're a poisonous little monster.
Oh, I think you said something of the same a while ago.
Never mind what I said. What I say now is, if you ever bother her again, I'll put you down with these two fists, so help me God I will.
So then, Kit, it will be as you say. God help you. Good day.
Come on, Ma. Never mind about him. Let's go home. Barbara's keeping an eye on the little ones, and they all want to see...
Oh, very good, Kit. Very good.
The insult seems to have lifted Daniel Quilp's spirits. Spirits already anticipating his arrival home and the mayhem he will create there. The sorrowful looks, the tears, the punishments, the tears, the...
What's this?
Surprise, as he sees the lights all on in the upstairs window. Can little Mrs. Quilp be entertaining? He's hardly been away a week. And already...
Such spirits, eh? To burn. 3 lamps at least.
As your lawyer, my dear lady, as your man of the law, indeed as Mr. Q's man of the law.
Samson Brass, what's he about?
Given the tragic nature...
Oh, please, Mr. Brass. Most to me.
Well, Betsy, you always did look best in tears. We shall hear what we shall hear.
Last seen by the river, not seen since. A week. Well, it may not stand to reason, but it certainly lounges in the vicinity. The man is lost, drowned. May I trouble you for another glass of rum?
Please, Mr. Brass, have the bottle.
Oh. We've had the river dragged in the vicinity of Mr. Quilp's office.
But surely that must mean there is hope.
Hope, madam, springs eternal, as the poet has it.
My rum springs eternal.
But we should, nay, we must, put out a notice in case he, as it were, turns up.
In case he's lost his memory.
No. The river, ma'am. Should he turn up at Greenwich Reach on the foreshore?
Oh, no!
He will need to be identified, so we shall need a description. The ink pot, if you would.
Oh, this is so terrible.
Well, indeed, dear lady. Why, who knows that he may be looking down upon us this very moment, surveying us from somewhere or other with a...
Watchful eye.
Oh, Lord. I can almost fancy seeing his eye in the bottom of my glass, so to speak. When shall we look upon his like again?
Oh, about 30 seconds, you toad.
Did you hear something? No?
No.
Well, to work. A melancholy pleasure to recall his person thus. Legs, shall we say, crooked?
Individual, rather.
I can see him now, in my mind's eye, as it were, coming up the street in them little nankeen pantaloons. Yes, legs crooked, head large. As for his clothes in general...
Black. Mr. Quilp preferred the darker colours.
His linen always had a certain quality. Such was his whim and fancy. I can see his linen now, and the word would be tobacco-y.
Oh.
As for his nose, flattish.
Aquiline, surely.
I would say flat, sir.
Look at it, huh? Flat? Nonsense. Aquiline.
Capital. How very good. What a man he is. A most remarkable man. So whimsical, so...
alive.
Oh, such an amazing power of taking people by surprise. We all thought, so we did.
Not yet, Samson, not yet.
Oh, yes, very good, exceedingly. Not another man who could carry it off. Such a flow of...
Good night,
humour and,
Samson.
Yes, a joyful occasion, really, quite...
And Daniel Quilp shrugs and folds his arms and looks at his wife like a dismounted nightmare.
So you thought I was dead and gone, did you?
There was no news.
Thought you were a rich widow, eh?
Quilp, I am sorry.
Who doubts it? You were sorry. You were very, very, very sorry.
Well, not that you've come home. I'm glad that you've come home, alive and well. I'm glad to see you, Quilp.
Hail and farewell.
What?
I shall not be stopping.
You're not going away again? So soon?
Why not, if it pleases me? I shall go and live at the wharf down by the river. Since it was cheated of my corpse, it shall have my living presence. Bachelor's hall for me.
You can't be serious.
Whatever else I am, my dear Mrs. Quilp, I am always serious. I shall go, but I shall return now and then like a mole or a weasel, or send the boy to keep an eye to be sure you are not misbehaving.
Please, Quilp.
Please, Quilp.
Within an hour or so, Mr. Quilp is down by the river at his new lodgings.
Snug. We shall be snug here. Hey, you boy, you dog you. Get a fire up and going.
He commands the boy, that curious ragamuffin who seems the only human being ever to grin at Quilp without fear or malice, to make up a fire, to buy food, to heat up some rum and lemon, and get in the lump sugar.
Well, thank you, young puppy. Better have one yourself. But we must never forget business, eh? You mongrel. Business. So much business to do, eh? Always things to do.
Things to do at the offices of his man of the law. Or, since Samson is absent, his shrewder sister, Sally.
Why, Mr. Quilp?
Why, Sally? A sight for sore eyes you are. Samson about.
Out.
All the better, Sal. You're the girl for me. The maid let me in.
Yes, that's why she's the maid.
Small person, ain't she?
Small-ish.
And thin-waisted. Use her ill, dear.
Use her as she deserves, mostly.
Oh, that's my Sal Tartar with a child. Tears before breakfast, is it?
Was there some business?
Apart from dragging the Thames from our corpse.
Samson would have been derelict in his duty.
Bravo, Sally. You pick up the pieces.
You may always rely on us, Mr. Quilp.
On you, at least. Tonight, your brother at my, river office, shall we say, around 8?
We shall.
You may call the girl to show me out.
I'm sure I can.
Such an interesting face she has, eh? Well, till later.
A wild night down by the river, and Samson Brass, summoned, duly arrives.
Damn it!
There you, Brass. Enjoying the evening, are you? Beauties of nature.
Yeah, thank you, sir. If you would just move the mangle a bit.
Is that better?
Worse.
No strength in you. Oh, give it here. Charming little place, eh? Unusual, would you say? Unsophisticated, maybe? Primitive, even?
Delightful, indeed, sir.
There we are. Drink? Rum, of course. Cut yourself a piece of pie.
I have actually dinner I had at, yes, of course.
Mutton, they said at the shop. I don't believe them, though. Rat, more like. Here, don't be shy. Have more. Now, as you eat, I will broach a little business. Eat? Come on, man.
Yeah.
There's a boy named Kit.
What's
wrong with you?
Crystal. There's a bit of... I'll just remove... Excuse...
There's nothing wrong with a bit of gristle.
The very python of gristle, if I may be.
Samson, I don't like this Kit.
Can't say I like this... No, please, to go on.
He's one of your, so-called decent sorts. A hypocrite, of course, a spy, a double-faced, white-livered, sneaking cur who'll crouch with those that feed him and snarl at the rest, eh?
Fearfully eloquent, but to your point, sir.
I owe him a grudge.
That's all I need to know.
He stands in my way, Brass. Between me and your lodger, between me and, things I wish to know. Between me and clear water. Yeah, really, to come down to it, I simply don't like the fella.
As I said, enough.
Devise your own means of putting him out of my way.
It shall be done.
Well out of my way, mind.
Oh, out of all ways and means. You may rely upon it.
Good. More pie?
No, I
grog?
Must decline. It is late.
Then I will say good night, Brass. Good night.
Quilp sleeps secure that night, in his bachelor hall, in his revenge, in his grasp on Brass. And with the morning comes.
The devil. Huh? What is it?
Quilp,
What do you want?
I never meant to. Oh, I was wrong. Please come home. We miss you. Mother.
Your mother miss me.
We need your guiding hand as always.
I shall come home when I please. As for you, stay away, or I'll put in spring guns and blow you to hell.
Quilp, I'll do anything.
But you see, my dear, I know that. Now go. Go, and I will watch you. And when you have gone, why, Quilp will be all alone.
A churchyard, and sitting in the shade of evening, an old man and a girl, dreaming of other times, better times.
Well, here you are still.
Here we are.
And what a fine evening it is. Eh? After all that smoke and grime and all that noise. I'm not a city man, I would venture to say.
And nor are we anymore, are we, Grandfather?
Come along now. There's something I want you to see. Those cottages there. The one on the right.
They're very old.
And none the worse for it, since one of them is mine. And a sight larger than my last, wouldn't you say?
Quite a bit. Everything seems rather overgrown.
Nothing that we can't attend to, I dare say. Well, it's large enough, that's for sure.
Sort of.
Yes, it is. Rather, isn't it?
Oh, but it's very nice.
Almost a museum. Sound enough. You're not cold, are you?
Oh, no.
I thought you shivered.
No, it was so old and grey, the stone. Like, I don't know what it's like, but nothing bad. Not at all.
A nice place to live, though.
Oh, yes. I think you'll be really happy here.
Not me, Nell.
What? This isn't your house. Why did we...
It's yours.
Ours?
Indisputably yours, for as long as you want. For years to come, we shall be neighbours.
But how?
When I saw the vicar and introduced myself, I learned that the cottage next to mine had been lived in for years by an elderly soul who looked after the church, opened up, showed visitors around, did the housekeeping. But she had died, and so the cottage and the job were both vacant. There is a small salary, not much, but enough.
Oh, yes. Enough for us, no matter how small.
You'll have to, well, tomorrow you must see the senior church warden. He makes all such appointments.
Oh, but he'll think Grandfather too old, and me too young.
We must wait and see, but I have a feeling that, well, let's just say I have a feeling. But now we must look at my house. Come.
But it's smaller. I know that your cottage is really the one next door. Oh, you should have
Nonsense. This will be my bachelor's hall. And I'll be as snug as a dormouse here. What's more, there's wood ready cut and piled for a fire. Some kind soul. So, let's get to work.
All three fall to and sweep and move furniture and build the fire and put on a kettle whilst the schoolmaster breaks out some tea. And how different Nell's face is now. After endless roads and endless worries, now they have come at last to rest.
It seems quite a large village, sir. Will you have many pupils, do you think?
So I believe, Nell. I'm sure they wouldn't pay me this well for just a few. Here we are. All right.
I don't know.
He's just the church warden.
What should I call him? What's his name?
That's rather an odd story now. Everyone seems to call him the Bachelor. Why? Oh.
Ah, Mr. Martin, the schoolmaster, I believe.
Indeed it is, sir, and I hope the vicar told you of...
The young lady? He did? Come in, the both of you. The maid is off to the farm. For milk, so I must do door duty today. Here, come along.
The Bachelor, for so he is known, is an old college chum of the vicar who came to comfort his friend when his wife died and has settled happily to village life.
I must say, young lady, you are, well, young.
But old in experience.
I look after my grandfather, sir.
It's very old, the church. Could be a bit gloomy. Dull, even?
Oh, no, sir. I should be quite happy there.
Well, looking at you, my dear, I would rather see you dancing on the green at nights. But perhaps we shall see that as well.
As well?
You have the job. As long as you promise that you won't let all those tombs get you down, eh?
Oh, not one little bit. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I think there has been suffering and heartache here.
You would not be wrong, sir.
But now everything is wonderful.
Yes, we shall try and make you happy here. And for a start, I know for a certainty that those old cottages lack a lot. This afternoon, my friends, we will see what we can do to improve them. Quickly now, lend a hand. Yes. Oh! There goes the saucepan. Now, I'm not sure what I've forgotten, young Nell.
I think everything's here, sir.
Everything?
It looks like it.
No kitchen sink, but as for the rest, yes, just a few things that, I had lying around not doing much.
What was that? What? Oh, sir.
Some for you as well. Here's a frying pan. Now, where shall this go?
Here, I think. And these,
Now, Mr. Martin, your pupils. As you know, I'm also the superintendent of, just about everything round here. Too much, some folks say. But the school is my especial interest.
Are they a good lot?
Villains to a man. They're a dreadful crew. Mischief. A mountain of mischief. Look at them now, at their cricket. Goodness me. Trouble, sir. Well, to be honest, no, a damn fine, excuse me, young Nell, lot of fellows. Full of spirit. But you won't mind that.
Not one bit.
Good for you, sir.
After another and better night's sleep, Nell wakes early. She does her tasks, slips next door to make breakfast for the schoolmaster, despite his protestations, and then, taking down the key of her new office, sets off for the church.
I see.
I didn't see you there.
It is only me.
You?
No, me. Not you. Old Mortimer, the sexton.
Are you?
Digging. Oh, that I am. This old spade has seen the power of work. Why, we're healthy folk hereabouts, but it's seen a power of work. If it could speak now.
It would be a very unusual spade.
That it would. Oh, there's many an unexpected job that it and I been called to. But I forget them. See, my memory's not all it once was. But not all my work moulders away, for you see, I'm a gardener.
And the flowers keep growing?
I keeps a digging with this worn and battered spade. You know what they say of a worn and battered spade?
No.
Well, that it's worn and battered. And you'll need a new one soon. You see, people never learn.
Then what?
That this old spade, or the new one, will see the burying of many that are still walking around.
I think I should go now. I have to be somewhere else.
You've seen the church, have you?
That's where I was going, the church.
Well, then I'll come along with you.
many people come and look at the church?
Oh, a fair few. We've a visitors' attraction, you see. The old well.
Isn't that in the churchyard?
Ah, now that's what you'd think, but you'd be wrong. It's in here, there, under the belfry. 40 years ago, you only had to let down the bucket 1 knot for water, but little and little, the water level fell. First it were 2 knots, then 4, then 6, and now you can let the rope all the way out, and add another rope to that, and you'd never reach the bottom.
Sounds horrid.
Sounds like the grave. Listen to the winds down there. And which one of us, knowing that the water must go down, can forget that we too shall go down and down?
Hello?
I must have slept. The sexton was here.
He comes and he goes, that man. I see you're looking at the Newbolt window.
I suppose I should learn all about the church for the visitors.
Don't you worry about it. I've made something of a study of local history, so I can tell you all you need to know. But first, come up to the top of the tower. Best view of the county you'll ever see.
Ivy-shrouded light creeping in at the bow-slit windows. Shadow on Nell's face, then sun and fields and woods, fresh, stretching away on every side and meeting the bright blue sky. And smoke rising up from the trees and all of village life going on. And Nell drawing nearer to heaven with every step. The days pass. Life settles down into routine. Nell learns all there is to learn about the church from the bachelor. She learns more about the people of the village from the sexton.
Gardening tonight?
Burying tomorrow.
I didn't know anyone had died.
I come from another hamlet. No more than 75. Or was it 80? Still, it is a good spot, this. Daffodils in the spring.
But some of the graves have no flowers at all.
That's 'cause folks forget. 'Tis easy enough to remember whilst you remember. But once you forget, why, 'tis a different matter entirely.
Then I shall grow flowers for them. I shall make a garden for everybody.
That's a good thought. And I've had a good thought and all. A warm pint at the inn. So, I'll bid you good night, missy, and be awful.
Good night.
Evening, sir.
Good evening. Well, I'm glad to see you outside, in the light and air. I worry that you spend too much time inside.
I'm learning all about the history. And besides, I like it inside. It's cool and quiet.
You must always be serious. You're young. You should be dancing on the green.
But I'm happy. So happy.
Are you sure?
It is God's will that we found you. That we found this place at the end of all our wandering.
But don't you see, Nell, this isn't the end of anything. Maybe for me, for your grandfather, even for our friend the bachelor. But you're growing up. Don't you see, you have a life of your own to live. And not as a child anymore, but as a woman now.
London, Bevis Marks, and approaching the offices of Sampson Brass, attorney at law, Dick Swiveller, and what's more, a melancholy, musing Dick Swiveller.
It's always been the same with me from childhood's hour. I see my fondest hopes decay. I never loved a tree or a flower, but it was the first one to fade away.
As for what disaster might occasion Dick's melancholy mien, We do not, as yet, know.
But this is life as it is lived nowadays. Melancholy and work and... Visitors at this hour? Hello?
Hoping for some relief from his suffering, Dick opens up to...
Chuckster!
Mr. Chuckster, that superior, insightful young man with so lowly an opinion of Kit Nubbins, who offers a cheery...
Swiveller, old chap. You're devilish early at this pestiferous old slaughterhouse.
Rather, and I'm all alone. Swiveller Solus, come in.
Oh. Well, how are you, my buck? Since I had a mission to these parts, I thought I'd look in. Even so, I never expected to find you in possession.
So what's the news?
Town's as flat as the bottom of a Dutch oven. No news, though I must say that lodger of yours, that single gent, as he might be styled, is the most extraordinary person.
How so?
Why, forever round at our offices, asking questions about some gal and her grandpa.
Can't see how that'd be a staggerer to you, old top.
Ah, shrewd Swiveller. There's worse. This single gent has made friends with a young snob, always running errands he is. Well, mark me, matey, young snob will turn out a bad 'un. That Nubbins boy is not to be trusted.
At which dramatically convenient point, who should present himself at the office door but...
Kit Nubbins, his very self.
Aha! So here you are.
Yes. Is the gentleman at home? Aha. Sounds like the end of his stick hitting the floor. He must have seen me arriving.
Well, then you'd better go on up, hadn't you?
Thank you.
Did you see that? Young snob.
Oh, he don't seem so bad to me.
Dick is spared Mr. Chuckster's expostulations by the arrival of his employer, Samson Brass.
Oh, hi. Your servant, sir.
Yours too, I'm sure. And you, Master Richard, how does this morning find you, eh? Tra-la-la! Pretty fresh and cheerful, sir, eh?
Pretty well, sir.
Why, we should be as gay as larks, sir. It's a pleasant world we live in, is it not? Any letters by post this morning?
Nothing, sir.
No matter. A little business today, then more tomorrow. Anybody been here, by any chance?
Only somebody for the lodger.
Who, pray?
A young man, as belongs to Witherden's too. They call him Kit Nubbins. Still up there.
Nubbins? Well, never mind Nubbins, eh, Mr. Swiveller? Would you be so kind as to take this document across to Peckham Rye? By hand, if you will. Take a coach.
Dick does as he's bid. He'd always rather be out of the office than in it, leaving Mr. Brass at his desk, humming happily, cheerfully, expectantly.
Very good, sir. As you wish.
Ah, Kit, is it? How do you do?
Kit remembers Samson Brass as the hand of Quilp, so to speak, the very hand that grasped the curiosity shop.
Sir? My dear boy, don't I recall you from the time we were in possession of the shop?
Don't know if you do, sir. Don't know if you don't.
I noticed you, Kit. A stout young fellow, I thought, with a good heart. You see, I don't look at the waistcoat. I look at the man, what wears it.
Oh, that's very good of you to say so, sir.
Truth, only truth. That's what we lawyers deal in, my boy. And now, before you go, there's something for you. These 2 half-crowns.
But sir,
For yourself.
It's an awful lot.
Shall we say that we have eccentric friends overhead, Kit, eh? And leave it at that?
Well, if you think so.
I do. And since I like the cut of your jib, let us be friends and mark it with another half-crown.
Thank you, sir. I must admit, I misjudged you, but, well, this is handsome, sir. And now I must be off.
Oh, yes. Yeah, off you go. Off you go. You've a long road to travel yet.
Samson is not wrong. Kit does call back, with letters and what have you, and generally does depart with a half-crown and a better opinion of Mr. Brass. And oddly, whenever Kit is in, Dick is out on some errand or other.
Ah, Richard, and how's Hounslow?
Eringe, sir, and they're fine, and send their respects and this package.
Splendid. Now, I must be off, so you shall hold the fort, eh?
To better keep his fort, Dick has procured a cribbage board, and at such times he practises with the cards to perfect his game and pass the time.
Righty-ho, sir. 50 guineas? How's that for a pair of trousers?
Pah! Petticoats! 75, me fine bucko. 75 on the hearts.
There's someone there? Hello? Very well, if it's a stunner you're after, 100 big ones.
If that's your attitude, well, I can see you're a man who snorts in the face of... Aha!
Ow, let go! Ow! Oh! I didn't mean no harm. It's so dull downstairs. Don't tell on me, please don't.
Good Lord, the slavey. How long have you been cooling your eye at the keyhole, then?
Since you started playing with them cards.
Ah.
I like the voices you do.
Yes, well, since you're here, come in and have a hand.
I don't know how.
I'll teach you.
No, I don't. Miss Sally would kill me if she found out.
Have you got a fire downstairs?
A sort of one.
Well, Miss Sal couldn't kill me for going down. So what say I... Good Lord! How thin you are! What do you mean by it?
It ain't my fault.
I suppose not. But if you turned sideways, I dare say you'd vanish. I'll tell you what. We'll send out for a bit of beef and bread and pot of ale. Have you ever tasted ale?
I had a sip of it once.
A sip? Can't be tasted in a sip. How old are you?
I don't know.
So now you go down, I'll slip around to the ordinary, and I'll be back in a trice.
Blimey, that's a beat and a half.
Clear that off, and we'll see what comes next. Don't forget the beer.
No, I won't. No.
Oh, not too much. You're used to it. So, is it good?
Ain't it just?
Dick finds himself gratified beyond all expression by this response. So he waits and enjoys the girl enjoying the first decent meal she's had in...
probably her whole life. Now I'll just lay out the board and cards, and when you've finished, we'll take a hand or two. What do they call you?
You, or girl, or...
Then I shall call you Marchioness.
15. And out.
I say, you're a fast learner. I shall have to work to get me sixpence back. So you listen a lot. Look through keyholes.
Yeah, I do. A bit. But don't you never tell on me, or I'll be beat to death.
Marchioness. The word of a gentleman is as good as his bond. Better in some cases. I hope we shall play many another game, and share beef and beer, but now I must away. So fare thee well, and if forever, fare thee well. And put up the chain, Marchioness, in case of accidents.
Blimey.
Good morning, Richard.
Morning, sir.
You haven't seen a silver pencil case, have you?
Not on the way here.
Anywhere?
No.
Paper knife?
No.
3 half-crowns? I must be getting careless. I dare say they'll turn up during the course of our daily labours, eh? Even so, there hasn't been anyone coming in and out of late. Anyone new?
No. Only the lad with letters for the lodger?
The lad? Oh, no. He's quite trustworthy. Young Nubbins, I'm sure he would never, ever... Well, there we are. And there he is, the very lad. Dick?
Bright and early today?
You know how it is. No rest for the wicked.
Oh, very good, I say. Very good.
Is the gentleman in upstairs?
He is indeed. And off you go, young postman, off you go. You can leave your hat on Richard's desk. He'll be stepping around the corner.
And so Kit goes up to the single gentleman, and Dick goes round the corner, and Samson Brass is there, all alone, with Mr. Quilp's words ringing in his ears.
Samson, I don't like this Kit. I owe him a grudge. He stands in my way, between me and your lodger. Devise your own way of putting him out of my way.
Shall be done. How's our friend above stairs, eh?
Fine, sir, fine.
Glad to hear it. Worthy, liberal, generous. Gives very little trouble. An admirable lodger. And you're Mr. Garland. I hope he's well?
Very, sir.
Now, I've been thinking. Sit down, Kit. Yes, make yourself comfortable. Now, you have a mother.
I do, sir.
An industrious widow, I believe.
A hard-working woman never lived.
I dare say. Now, my dear Kit, we often look after properties for people, and we also look for people to look after properties. Trustworthy, decent people, like your mother. Because if we're settling a person, rent-free, weekly allowance, well, you see my meaning?
My mum, you mean?
Absolutely, your dear mother. Capital. Yes. Now, you see the document over there? In the cubbyhole. Be so good as to bring it, and I shall draw up a form of agreement. Ah, Dick, here you are now.
Didn't take a trice. Not a trice.
Good, good. Expenses to claim?
Yes, sir. I paid £5.
Then pray replace them from the petty cash. Now, Kit, my boy, take this to your mother and read it through to her.
There's nothing in here, sir.
Come now, don't joke with me.
I assure you, sir.
It was there when you left. Oh, never fret. Kit, you must be on your way. Dick, if you will be so kind as to hand our young friend his hat.
Oh, my pleasure. And a damn fine hat it is. Lined with fivers.
What? No. No.
I'm sorry, old top, but yes.
Oh, Kit. Oh, Kit, how you disappoint me. Mr. Swiveller, please have the goodness to run and fetch a constable. A constable, sir, if you please.